On this day of the dedication of the Basilica of Saints Peter and St. Paul, the Church has given us the two accounts of St. Peter and then of St. Paul, so that we may imitate them and that we may grow in faith. So, but before that, I just want to say again that we want to offer the Mass for all of you in gratitude for the excellent work, for the fun and beautiful work that you have been doing for the local church. So as we are looking at the dedication of the Basilica of St. Peter and St. Paul, we can say the dedication of the Diocese of Lubbock, with connections to Peter and Paul, with the direct foundations with the apostles. And so thank you again. And you see, I was thinking that with St. Paul, he tells us of as how he's getting to Rome, and then he's being under chains. In other words, he's still in prison, and then is still living in a house, but with a prison guard. That how curious, how God is spreading the gospel in a very effective and efficient way when we think, oh, that's the worst thing. Under those chains, he's experiencing a great new freedom for the gospel, for the very center of the Roman Empire. Incredible. So we have to marvel at God's own designs that at times we do not understand, we do not comprehend. So at times, if we don't understand what kind of progress we have made or not made, don't worry. It's God's own providence that He will that later on other generations will be able to see the growth and development of the Diocese of Lubbock. And others will see better than we, because they'll be on top of our shoulders seeing better than we do. So the Lord has revealed to the nations His saving power, and not only in the past tense, but in the present. The Lord is revealing to the nations His saving power, even if we don't see it. What a beautiful moment too here of St. Peter is the Lord allows His disciples to get into the rough waters. Well, get into the rough waters, that's what we are here in this world. We're already into those rough waters in which the devil wants to take advantage of it. And it creates these kinds of fears. But the presence of the Lord, He always says, do not fear. Remember John Paul II, Saint John Paul II. He's telling us, do not fear. And if we as staff, as people leading the whole mission of the church, if we are able to translate that and tell our fellow co-workers, but then all the other people in the whole diocese, do not fear. We don't. We put our trust in the Lord, and He will guide us. So also here, instead of for them proclaiming with fear, it's a ghost. But you know what? Right now, lots of our people are fearing the worst. Mm-hmm. They don't know about their immigration status, DACA and DAPA. They've been under all these fears for so many years. But we need to go up there and tell them, do not fear. You're not alone, we're with you. And that's not only the job of the bishop or the priest or the deacons, but all of us to send the message to our brothers and sisters in the whole diocese. Do not fear. It is not a ghost. It is a trial, just like Paul was undergoing trial, and he had to have a guard in his house and be in prison, but nevertheless, he had the freedom of proclaiming the gospel. So also, even under our fears, we can continually proclaim the gospel. And so even if we feel sinking, we can still yell out to the Lord, Lord, save me, as He catches us on. So with these reflections on today, the dedication of the Basilica of St. Peter and St. Paul in Rome, that image is very clear in your minds. I mean, it's photographed all over the world. And so with that image, then we see how our faith has that foundation and the teachings of the apostles Peter and Paul. And that gives us again another great assurance of what we say in the Creed. We believe in one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. And if we strengthen our faith in the one part of the Creed, we have made a lot of progress. And we have given a lot of confidence to our brothers and sisters. So this has been dedicated to you. Let us then continue and offer our petitions that we have all in mind. And so let us continue with the Mass.